Natalie, my boyfriend's cousin, moved in with him after her divorce. She was heavily pregnant and had a 5-year-old son. She took it for granted that my boyfriend Liam was her support and was unhappy with me. She thought I had stolen her cousin from her. At a family dinner, her son Noah threw his drink at me and shouted, "You can't steal my daddy." The sudden incident left everyone stunned. My parents and Liam rushed over to help me wipe the sticky, orange juice off my dress. I was still in shock, silently staring at the angry child. He was only 5, but his features resembled his mother's, proper and cute. At that moment, however, his eyes were filled with rage, as if he was a little hero fighting injustice. Natalie came over and pulled him away, casually saying, "Noah, that's not your dad. That's your uncle." She didn't scold or even reprimand him, just tried to lead him away. My mom was furious. She yelled at Natalie, "Stop right there. Apologize to my daughter. Is this how you raise your child?" Natalie still wore an indifferent expression, frowning as if we were making a fuss over nothing. "He's just a little kid. What does he know? He may not know better, but surely you do," I said sternly, my anger ignited. Liam's parents started trying to smooth things over, but instead of asking them to apologize, they were asking me to be understanding. "Arya, don't take it so seriously. It's just a child. Let's all have a nice time today." That statement made it sound like I was the one making a scene. This dinner was the first formal meeting between our families, with important relatives from both sides attending. I had even worn a dress I usually saved for special occasions, but Noah's drink had ruined my $200 dress in an instant. I was really heated up. He hadn't even apologized. The atmosphere grew tense. At that moment, my nephew grabbed a drink and poured it on Noah. The whole place erupted. Natalie cried out in shock, frantically wiping Noah with napkins while glaring at us. My brother patted his son's head and threw their words back at them. "He's just a kid and doesn't know better. Don't take it so seriously." It was a blatant counterattack, but since it was their own words, they couldn't argue against it now. Some of my frustration dissipated. Liam called Noah over and said sternly, "Apologize to Arya." "No way." Seeing even his favorite uncle scolding him, Noah became more convinced I was a bad woman. He ran up and shoved me hard, screaming, "Get out. I don't want you as my aunt." In my mind, 5-year-olds should be innocent and lively. Why would he harbor such hatred towards others? I couldn't believe this wasn't due to his environment. I looked up at Natalie standing nearby. She was still standing there nonchalantly, as if nothing mattered. My parents lost their patience. They got up to leave, saying, "I think it's better if this relationship ends here." Liam panicked when he saw us leaving. He grabbed Noah, trying to make him apologize to me. "Liam, is this woman more important than your nephew?" Natalie hadn't seemed anxious before, but seeing her son treated roughly, she immediately came over to protect him. Liam's parents also came to persuade us not to be so harsh on the child. Seeing their attitude, my parents got even angrier. They strode out of the restaurant, pulling me along. This was the first meeting between our families, and it ended so unpleasantly. My parents were still fuming when we got home, but a 10-year relationship isn't something you can just end on a whim. As adults, we had more to consider, more concerns in our hearts. Talk to Liam properly and see what happened today. I think this boy is quite good. How did he end up with such a problematic family? Dad nodded in agreement, and that cousin of his stirring up trouble while heavily pregnant. I was worried she'd fake an injury if a fight broke out. I couldn't help but laugh. Mom poked my forehead. "You still have the heart to laugh. I really think his cousin is strange. Why is she living with them after getting divorced?"